Hello everyone, I am Shane Payumo and together with my groupmates, kausapin ko Miss Ronaldin Manyoska, we will talk about one of the most invasive aquatic plants affecting freshwater ecosystem worldwide, the water hyacinth. You might recognize it by its beautiful purple flowers and floating green leaves, but behind its beauty lies a serious ecological and economic problem. Our presentation is titled "The Invasion of Water Hyacinth: A Threat to Our Ecosystems", and we will explore its origins, how it spreads, and its impact on the environment and surrounding communities. Water hyacinth, scientifically known as Pontederia crucipes from the family Pontederiaceae, is a floating aquatic herb that typically forms dense clusters. Its glossy leaves are arranged in circular rosettes with stalks that are spongy and swollen at the base, an adaptation that helps the plant stay afloat. Beneath the surface, it produces long, fibrous, feather-like roots that draw nutrients directly from the water, enabling rapid expansion in nutrient-rich environments. This ability contributes to its classification as an invasive species. Once introduced, it can quickly dominate water bodies. Water hyacinth primarily multiplies through stolons or creeping stems, which produce new shoots genetically identical to the parent plant. According to the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission, water hyacinth naturally occurs in the Amazon basin of South America. The species was later introduced to other parts of the world, including many tropical countries, because of its aesthetic value. Its violet flowers and broad green leaves made it a popular ornamental plant for ponds and gardens. Historical accounts indicate that water hyacinth was introduced into the Philippines in the early 90s, likely through the ornamental plant trade or accidental transport. Today, it is particularly abundant in the province of Laguna, Batangas, and Quezon, where freshwater ecosystems such as Laguna de Bay and its connecting rivers provide ideal condition for its proliferation. Uh, After its introduction, water hyacinth spread rapidly through rivers, lakes, and irrigation systems. Its expansion was facilitated by water currents, seasonal floodings, and human activities such as the disposal of unwanted ornamental plants and the movement of contaminated boats or fishing equipment. Now that we have discussed the origin and spread of water hyacinth, let us move on to the control and eradication measures used to manage its rapid infestation.
Hello everyone, I am Mary Ann Kausapin, and this time I will be presenting the control and eradication measures of water hyacinth. So mechanical, chemical, and biological methods are used to control the said species, but no single method works best in all situations as each has its own strengths and limitations. So first we have the mechanical control. When we say mechanical control, it involves physical removal using manual labor for small infestations such as hand pulling, raking, or netting, which are labor intensive. So larger infestation require mechanical harvesters or cutter boats to quickly clear waterways and restore navigation. However, this method is costly due to equipment, fuel, and biomass disposal expenses. The next one is the biological control. So this measure is a safe and cost-effective approach for managing water hyacinth while protecting aquatic ecosystems. So two biological control weevils, Neochitina bruchi and Neochitina eichhornea, were introduced to the Philippines in 1992 to manage water hyacinth as they reduce plant size, reproduction, and introduce harmful microorganisms to the plants. The semi-aquatic grasshopper, Cornopus aquaticum, tested in South Korea, is another promising host-specific agent that feeds on water hyacinth and can transmit secondary pathogens that further suppress the weed. So the last one is the chemical control. So this measure uses herbicides such as 2,4-D, glyphosate, and diquate to quickly reduce water hyacinth cover, disrupting plant growth and photosynthesis so plants die within days to weeks. It is efficient for large infestations, but if misused, it can cause oxygen depletion, harm non-target plants, and restrict post-treatment water use. Therefore, long-term management relies on integrating mechanical, biological, and chemical methods with nutrient reduction to prevent reinfestation and support ecosystem restoration.
Good day. I am Ronaldin Banyaska, Master in Forestry student from Southern Luzon State University. I'm going to discuss the concept map of water hyacinth as illustrated. Water hyacinth affect humans, animals, soil, water, and other species interacting with and influencing the different components of our ecosystem. For instance, its flowers attract bees and other pollinators seeking nectar, while birds often preying on insects associated with the plant. Herbivores such as goat may also feed on water hyacinth, though its nutritional value varies depending on environmental conditions. This nutrient-rich water with high nitrogen levels accelerate water hyacinth growth and make it difficult for native aquatic plants to survive. On the other hand, biological control agents such as the weevil beetles act as natural population regulator by feeding on its leaves and petioles. This weevil also serve as bioindicator of relative healthy ecosystem with rich native plant diversity. Despite this, water hyacinth still competes heavily with native species. By shading the water surface, it suppresses biodiversity, alter habitat structure, and displaces native vegetation. This effect cascade through ecosystem, contributing to decline in fish or invertebrates that relies on native plants for food and shelter. Dense mat of water hyacinth significantly alter natural hydrology, reduce water flow beneath the mat, promote sediments accumulation and oxygen depletion, affecting soil and water quality and ecosystem processes. For humans, the plants can also be used for weaving, compost, and biofuel, but dense infestation obstruct fishing routes, irrigation system, and transportation. Stagnant water under the mats also create breeding ground for mosquitoes, increasing health risks. In some cases, such as during the Typhoon Frank in 2008, water hyacinth even worsened the flooding. Overall, water hyacinth continue to threaten our biodiversity, local livelihood, and public health. Its rapid spread show how a single invasive species can significantly alter ecosystem and affect human communities. Before we end our discussion, let us share some of our field observation how water hyacinth is affecting some water bodies in the Philippines. Let me begin with the Ohan Lake. It is largest freshwater lake in Oriental Mindoro and critical ecological economic resource, supporting a diverse range of aquatic species and sustaining the livelihood of the surrounding communities. As we can see in the picture, despite the water hyacinth currently occupying only small portion of the lake, it concentrated near residential and accessible shorelines, which cause some implication as it impedes fishing activities and limit access to vital water resource for the local communities. Understanding the distribution, ecological impact, and potential management strategies of for water hyacinth in the Wuhan Lake is therefore essential to protect the lake's biodiversity, maintain ecological balance, and safeguard the livelihood of the dependent communities.
In this slide, we see water hyacinth invading the rice fields in Paquil, Laguna. The rice fields in this area are situated near Laguna de Bay, a lake that serves as an important ecological and economic resource for local farming and fishing communities. Looking at the picture, it is clear that a large section of the farmland is flooded due to recent typhoons and periods of heavy rainfall. Water hyacinth has proliferated rapidly, accumulating along waterways and settling near residential and fishing areas. Although the plant naturally thrives in stagnant and slow-moving waters, its spread during flooding further disrupts the environment by blocking sunlight, limiting water circulation, and reducing oxygen levels. These conditions negatively affect fish and other aquatic species. For farmers and fisher folk, The combined impact of flooding and the increased presence of water hyacinth restricts access to their fields and fishing routes, threatening their overall livelihood. This situation underscores how extreme weather events, coupled with invasive species, can significantly compromise both ecological balance and community well-being.
Taal Lake, located in Batangas Province, Philippines, is a unique volcanic crater lake spanning 24,256.4 hectares and forming part of the Taal Volcano Protected Landscape. This protected area provides critical ecological and economic resources while supporting diverse aquatic life, including endemic species like the Tawilis sardine or Sardinaria tawilis, and dual sea snake or Hydropis semperii, essential for regional biodiversity conservation. Despite its protected status, the lake is increasingly threatened by the rapid spread of water hyacinth, forming dense mats that block light, lower oxygen, and disrupt the food chain, further threatening tawilis and other native fish. It also hampers fishing and boat movement and degrades water quality. So despite ongoing removal efforts, it remains a major ecological and social economic problem in the area.